One of the most dedicated fans you'll ever find, because even with his squad down big to Wisconsin, he stuck around through jump around and in the heart of the student section. Everyone meet the iconic Michigan fan, Ben Janowski. Ben, I appreciate you so much for joining me, man. But the first thing I got to ask you is, what have the last 48 hours been like for you?
Man, I tell you, it's been crazy. So it all started when you took that amazing footage of me in the student section. I appreciate it. But I got in the car on the way home, and my friend Gabe texted me. And, you know, I have Sprint, so it sucks. I can't really see anything. And he said, "This is Barstool, by the way." So I'm like, this could be anything. And then everyone started texting me, and I'm like, wow, is that me on Barstool? And I'm like, Mom, we got to pull over somewhere, get some internet. I need to see this. And sure enough, I was on Barstool. And it's just been going on and on and on. I've been getting interviews left and right. I've been on every website. This is just crazy.
But my favorite thing, and everyone's been asking me too, and this is what I've been dying to ask you, how does a Michigan fan get to front and center of the Wisconsin student section at Camp Randall Stadium?
Well, me and my mom have volunteered for this organization called Wager. It's a dog rescue, and someone wanted a dog, and we drove the dog all the way to Mondovi, Wisconsin, near Eau Claire, and turned out the wife and the husband had a son that went to Wisconsin, and unfortunately, I was wearing a Wisconsin or a Michigan sweatshirt that day, and he was just trash talking me, and I'm like, I really want to go see the Wisconsin Badgers versus Michigan game. And he's like, I can get you a ticket if you really want to. And I'm like, wow, that would be awesome. And sure enough, he pulled through. Got there at 9 o'clock to get in the express lane to get into the student section, and we pulled through.
That's what I was going to ask. You know, Wisconsin students get a lot of flack. They're late to show up. It fills up, you know,
right.
End of the first. How you got there at 9 a.m. You got to Camp Randall at 9 a.m. to get to that front spot. When did you make the decision, though? Because you could say, I want to be in the student section. When did you make that decision? I want to be first row, front and center of the student section.
Well, I didn't really have a choice because he wanted front row, and I just had to tag along with him. But, I mean, I was there for the experience. I wasn't there to trash talk or anything. I was just there to enjoy a good football game.
And I'm sorry, brother, it was not a good football game for you. So
no.
When the song came on, when Jump Around started playing, what went through your mind?
I wanted to experience Jump Around because I know that's a huge tradition at Wisconsin. I took out my phone, took a little video of everyone jumping around and everything. And then I saw a guy filming me, and I'm like, hey, I could play this off. And I just went along with it. I was not having a good time at that point. I heard everyone jumping around, everyone having W this, W that, and I just saw it and just went along with it.
I love now when I saw it, I was like, that's an upside down W. It could be an M as well.
Yeah, I was intending to be an M.
An M, smart man. Yeah. And now, so I'll say, because, I mean, it surprised me too, my man. I mean, I grabbed your Twitter. I said, this is a cool video. I appreciated you letting me shoot it because you're down in a down spot, but it looked like a cool video. So when I was in the same boat as you, you know, 2 hours after the game, all of a sudden I see that Barstool, you know, reached out to me, House of Highlights, ESPN reached out to me. So then I go to their Instagrams, you know, over 1.1 million views on each one. This morning, I'll tell you this, a network from Ireland reached out to me, DM'd me on Twitter asking for permission. I gave it to them. What has it been like? Did you ever expect, I mean, over 3 million views by the end of yesterday around the world. Who knows how many people in Ireland have seen you? I mean, what goes through your mind when you realize like that's how iconic that moment was for you?
I'm just hearing about that now. That is crazy that it's reached halfway across the world. I'm speechless. That's actually crazy. That's awesome.
Hey, well, I mean, you deserve to be speechless. Now, I got to ask, because you're from Menominee Falls, how are you a Michigan fan, though?
Well, my grandparents on my mom's side are from Michigan, and they were always Michigan fans growing up, and her cousins have been Michigan fans, and I just kind of went along with that. Really, when I was a little kid, I just went along with what my parents liked and stuff. So I was raised a Wisconsin Badgers fan until I learned about a little family history, and then I'm like, might as well make my choice and go to Michigan.
Hey, right on you sticking with that. And now you're a sophomore at Menominee Falls.
A junior.
A junior, I apologize. So you're a junior
Oh,
at Menominee Falls. I mean, I got to imagine your dream one day is to play O-line for, you know, Big Blue in the big house.
Yes, sir. Actually, during the summer, a native from Wisconsin, he's now left guard at Michigan, Ben Brederson. He played at Arrowhead. I went to a football camp in Ann Arbor, and I got a picture with him during the summer. And I kind of toured the campus a little bit with my parents, and it was just a fun time. So, yeah, it'd be a dream of mine to play on the O-line at Big Blue.
And I mean, what has it been like? I mean, now has Michigan reached out to you at all? I mean, that's what I'm hoping you get from this, man, because I want you to get some tickets or, you know, a full game day experience over in Ann Arbor for, you know, the team putting you in such a down spot.
Unfortunately, they have not reached out to me, but I'm hoping things change, and they do. But, again, I just got to play along with this.
I mean, Ben, that's a good way to put it. And how has it been? I mean, you were back at school today. Obviously, that happened Saturday. I mean, you walked through the halls. Were you, you know, the high school celebrity?
Yeah, they're definitely treating me like a celebrity. They're definitely coming up with new nicknames with me, calling me the Michigan guy now. Actually, Saturday night, I went to a movie with my someone I have a thing with named Nora. She goes to Cedarburg High School, or she lives in Cedarburg. And the guy at the ticket thing, he's like, "Aren't you that guy from Barstool?" And I'm like, "There's no way I got around that fast." So it's everywhere I go, I've been definitely noticed, and it's just unreal.
Hey, you threw me off because I'm shooting and I go, this guy goes to Wisconsin. I mean, I saw the beard. You look old.
Yeah.
And then when you texted me, you said, I'm lucky that I look 20. I mean, dude, you had to have gone in no problem to the student section.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I got it no problem. No one really questioned me. But, my parents grow me big, so credit to them.
And what has mom and dad thought about this?
They're the same reaction as me. They're speechless too.
Are they Wisconsin fans?
Unfortunately.
I mean, this is a cool thing to come out of you being they put up with you being a Michigan fan all these years, and now their son is known around the world. I mean, that pays off, I feel like, right there.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And now, Ben, I mean, I got to ask you, though, I mean, what have you been thinking about your Big Blue team so far this year?
Well, it kind of scared me in the first game. They were down a little bit in the first half to Middle Tennessee State. Then they came back, good defense. Second game, wow, that was a close one. No comment on that one. And then came to the Wisconsin game, and you know the result of that one. Wasn't really happy with that.
And so it was your first game at Camp Randall Stadium.
First game ever.
Was your first Michigan game, first Michigan football game?
First Michigan game, first game at Camp Randall, too.
All right, I mean, pretty good package right there. I mean, you go to your first Michigan game, you get to see your team in person for the first time. Doesn't go the way you want it to, but you end up going viral. I mean, that has to be pretty great.
It was one of the best days of my life.
Hey, Ben, I got to say to you, man, I appreciate you. So I'm walking by, and as I'm getting over to shoot jump around, I see you front and center, and I go, how the heck did a Michigan fan make it to that point? But I kept walking, and I'm just shooting jump around. I do a pan around the whole stadium, and then I spotted you. Now, the joke I saw, because when I first saw you're on your phone, people were saying, you know, is he looking for the next Uber out of Camp Randall? Is he looking for the next flight out of Madison? But I appreciate you being so cool, dude. And I got to ask, at what point did you want to, like, take your shoe off and throw it at me?
There's no point at all. I was just taking it all in and experiencing jump around.
Hey, Ben,
Ben,
at your age, in the spot you were in, your boys were down 35-8 at that point in the game. You're surrounded by Wisconsin fans, and some fool smiling ear to ear with his phone puts it in your face. You handled the situation so much better than I ever would have, brother. And for that, I cannot say how grateful I am. Seriously, I appreciate it so much for you being cool about it. And I know.
Thank you much for filming me and everything. This is unbelievable.
Hey, that's my job. I mean, I was the right man in the right spot. I was lucky to get the footage. Anyone could have got it. I'm happy you were cool with it. And now everything that comes out of this, I mean, where are you hoping? You know, if there's that one person you could get an interview with, like SVP or Ellen DeGeneres, I don't know.
Well, I'm hoping not really an interview with any newscaster. I'm hoping to get like a touch on base with Jim Harbaugh and get a little chat with him, but I don't know the chances of that. is going to happen. But if I were to choose interviewer, probably Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen DeGeneres, I like that. Now, October 26th, Wisconsin's at Ohio State. Who are you going to be rooting for in that game?
Wisconsin. I despise Ohio State. Despise them.
You're a true Michigan fan through and through, Ben. I love it, brother.
Thank you.
Hey, Ben, thank you so much for joining me, man. I appreciate your time. And again, thank you for being so cool. Hey, and don't forget about me when you're famous, all right?
Oh, I won't. I won't.